What's going on, everyone? It's Griffin here, and I know what you're probably thinking, 2 videos in one single day. What the heck is going on here? And I know, pretty crazy, but if you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen this morning my stories that I made about Corsair Gaming, which was up around 25% on market open, and at the end of the trading day, it is now closed at around still 11.5% up on the day. So yes, CRSR stock did shed off around half of its daily gains over the course of the trading day, but still, that's a phenomenal one-day return, and I'm sure quite a few people made some hefty day trade returns on this stock over the course of today's trading period. Now, of course, I am by no means a day trader, and that I prefer to invest in companies that I've done proper due diligence on and that I believe show promise for appreciation over time because the company is growing, they're growing their underlying financials, they're in industries that are showing increased amount of volume and growth over time, etc. Right? So Corsair Gaming, though, CRSR is the ticker. This is a company that I believe to be undervalued based on what this company is showing from an underlying financial standpoint and their business growth over the past couple of years. This is a stock that I've been speaking about on the channel for quite a few months now, and being a shareholder, when I saw the price action this morning, of course my interest was piqued. Pretty much instantly, though, when I saw that amount of price movement on CRSR stock without any company releases, yeah, I had a hunch that our buddies over at WallStreet Bets ended up picking up Corsair stock. And yeah, after some research, that's pretty much what happened. CRSR is the investment or the stock flavor of the week, I guess we could say, over on the WallStreet Bets Reddit page. Before we proceed, though, in the video, I think it would be of relevance if we quickly go over a news release about this. So right here it says Corsair rockets up 30% in early trading as WallStreet Bets finds its latest meme stock, being Corsair, which is kind of weird that I've been a shareholder of this company for a really long time, and now all of a sudden it is a meme stock. But it says right here, the meme stock craze has found its latest target, video game hardware maker Corsair, CRSR in brackets. The company stock was up 31% when the market opened on Monday to just above $40 per share, which is pretty impressive, and it says its highest price since late February, as mentions of the company on WallStreet Bets Reddit page have exploded. If you're not aware of what WallStreet Bets is, by the way, it's pretty much a Reddit page where a bunch of retail investors talk about stocks and try to pump them up. This is basically the reason why companies like GameStop, AMC, and Hertz have seen such massive pumps, as well as dumps, to be honest, over the past 6 months to a year. But yeah, continuing on, it says on Monday morning, the stock was mentioned at least 1,100 times on WallStreet Bets, and meanwhile, the company showed activity around Corsair up 17%. I'll skip through quite a bit of this news article because honestly, it's stuff we already are aware of if you're a follower of this channel. I've spoken about CRSR multiple times, so most likely you're aware of it. But down here it says, Corsair's backers on WallStreet Bets say the stock is undervalued and is worth holding thanks to the company's portfolio of brands and positioning as a top third-party hardware seller. To be honest, yeah, I completely agree with this, and that's what I've been saying for several months now. I think that we're going to be looking at the stock chart shortly, but over the past 6 months, the company has been growing tremendously from an underlying standpoint. They're increasing in sales left and right, quarter over quarter, and I really think this company is not getting the recognition that it necessarily deserves. So now it's getting recognition from WallStreet Bets, not necessarily the type of recognition I would like as a longer term investor in this company, but nonetheless, I do agree with that statement. And last but not least here, it says it will be interesting to see if interest in Corsair holds steady or if it is a one-time pop for the stock. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't like to see companies that I hold pop in share value in the short term. Of course I do, but there is definitely a but here in that this is artificially pumped up in value and it's not actually increased as a result of investors recognizing this company's performance and underlying value. Because actually the company has been crushing it over the past year or so, and anyone who's been a follower of this channel for at least 6 months is well aware of the fact that I have been a shareholder of this company for quite some time now and have been sharing that reality with the audience. And in fact, what's actually kind of funny here is that literally a couple of days ago, 3 days ago actually, I made a video speaking about Corsair as well as Alibaba being two companies to watch in the month of June that I believe to be somewhat undervalued based on what these companies are all about right now at their current share price. So that right there is some pretty insane timing considering the fact I literally just released a video about this company a couple days right before this was going to happen. By the way, definitely make sure to check that video out if you haven't already. I'll leave a link right here to it if you want to watch a full 7 or so minute 2-minute walkthrough of this company, why I believe it's undervalued, as well as growth projections. Really great video. But basically, to sum it up here, fantastic quarter that they just released their earnings for. Top line growth up around 72% year over year, which is fantastic. Their net income has also been increasing very nicely, and shareholder equity is also increasing at a very nice pace with current ratio of 1.42x, which is definitely a nice financial position to be in. And finally, analyst estimates also had this stock at an average estimate over the course of the next 12 months at $50 per share, which I absolutely think is doable for this company. I think it could be achieved even in less than a year, considering organic stock growth. Now, this is kind of like a wild card seeing Wall Street bets pump up the value of Corsair stock though. But yeah, so even though I truly do believe that this mid-cap stock will do great over time for shareholders, including myself, well, over the past, say, 6 months, the stock has been sort of a letdown, to be honest, in that it has been trending sideways, and fantastic earnings have done little to nothing on the stock's movement. They've crushed earning estimates consistently and have shown no signs of slowing down growth, but for some reason, Wall Street just hasn't picked up this stock, and maybe, just maybe, this will be the catalyst that will do so. Who knows? But let's now talk about what I actually wanted to speak about in today's video. Considering the fact that I'm a longer term shareholder of Corsair Gaming, at least that was my intention when getting in on the stock at the current price points, and because I really have no intention in partaking in the Wall Street bets phenomenon, but now by default I kind of am. So now that Wall Street Bets does have a hold of CRSR stock, it is quite a bit premature to say how this will pan out, but I'm guessing that there will be quite a bit more volatility for the stock, at least in the short term, which, for me isn't necessarily a huge issue, since I actually think that this stock will, as I said earlier, reach above that $50 a piece organically over the coming year. This really is just now a weird catalyst that was brought to the table, and to be fully honest, I'm not really sure how this is going to impact the quality and organic appreciation of the stock. And my current average share price for Corsair is right around $31.50, because I have been dollar cost averaging and averaging down on this company over the past couple of months, to the point where now, yeah, it's around pretty much the $31.50 per share range. And I was going to sell off some today when it was up about 35%, but I ended up not really doing so, and I'm just gonna wait and see how this ends up to play out. I'm not really a fan of the idea of dumping a bunch of stock in a company that I believe in and that I took a position in based on a certain thesis for a given reason, based on my due diligence and research on the company. So for me, just dumping Corsair stock because it's gone up so much in one single day, I wasn't necessarily sure, but considering how all of the other companies, these meme stocks I should say, have fared following a ride through Wall Street Bets, well, it's hard to say if this will be any different. Right, so if we look at, say, GameStop, which honestly I think it's a shame that we're even comparing a GameStop to Corsair here, because on one hand we have a dying company, and on the other hand we have a thriving company that I think is a gem. Well, GameStop still has retained a tremendous amount of value though, considering what it was trading for before any type of meme phenomenon ended up taking hold of their stock. And honestly, this is a lot more than I think GameStop deserves as of right now. So with all that said, I think this is probably going to play out in one of two ways. First of all, I believe that this could probably even be actually quite beneficial for the stock price, even in the midterm, not just the short term, because I'm hoping at least that quite a bit more, interest will be thrown towards Corsair stock. And so for this reason, hopefully more investors will see the actual real underlying value that this company holds over the next coming years, as they're growing so tremendously and rapidly over the past couple of quarters. And hopefully this will translate over into more organic growth in share prices. If GME can retain that much value, I think CRSR, which is a fast-growing and quality company, should surely be able to do the same. And then the second most probable option that I see potentially happening is that the stock will just dump right back down to that pre-pump range at around the $31 per share level. There is, however, still quite a bit of trading resistance at that line, and I don't think Wall Street Bets will be able to crash it below that line, considering the company's underlying real growth. So look, I still think that Corsair is a fantastic stock to own. This pretty much has no impact on my overall thesis on the company and their growth moving forward. I'm just going to hold on to the stock for now and see how this pans out, as I still am a longer term shareholder and I believe in the future of this company. If you enjoyed today's really quick recap though of what ended up happening, please let me know down in the comments, because this was pretty much just a last minute video that I decided to whip up. And if you want me to keep you informed and up to date with these shorter term price movements for Corsair stock, I wouldn't do it for other companies like AMC or GameStop. But since I'm actually a shareholder of this company, I am more than happy to do so actually. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. If you did enjoy it, also make sure to smash the like button, really helps the channel out. And make sure to check out the video that I released earlier in the afternoon actually. It's a really great video about dividend investing. So on that note, thanks a lot for watching today's video. Check out the links down in the description to open up a Wealthsimple or a Questrade account. You'll get some free money for doing so. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.